Lady? Okay, all right. Okay, hey, I'm going to do all your cases at once, okay? All of you who are here on the prostitution arrest. Okay, so I think that's Tricia Baxley. If you can, like, scoot over, it'll just be faster. And I'll have you say your name when it, yeah. So everybody just come in, and then if you're here on a prostitution arrest, come in. Okay, great. All right, so, ladies, you're all accused of the same thing. You've all got the same next court dates. Your situations are identical, so I'm going to save all of us a little bit of time. So will you step forward one at a time, tell me your name and date of birth, and then I'll put your cases in order so I know who's who. Okay, right here to the microphone, please, ma'am.
Tricia Baxley, 7/11/78.
Okay, thank you. Next lady, and everybody just make sure you get your name.
Summer Hicks, 02/11/2005.
Thank you. You go right there. And ma'am?
Kayana Anderson, January 5th, 2004.
Thank you. Ma'am?
Adeline Palacios, July 3rd, 2007.
Thank you. Oh, wait. Let me just check your, okay, I've got it. Okay, and then,
Natasha Lewis, August 18th, 2007.
okay, thank you.
Starla Tipler, February 14th, 2005.
Thank you.
Cameron Lucero, December 11th, 2004.
And
Christiana Flores, May 29th, 2004.
okay, thank you very much. All right, ladies, as you know, you've all been booked in on one allegation of prostitution as a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause in all of your cases. I'm not appointing a lawyer in any of your cases because I'm planning to release you. You have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense or to represent yourselves. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing November 18th, which is it's like what day is it? Great. That's like 12 days from now. Fine. November 18th, 1:30 in the afternoon in the West McDowell Justice Court. The address is on your paperwork. As I said, I am going to release you, except for one of you, the arresting agency provided zero information about your prior criminal history. And on misdemeanors, it is up to the arresting agency to pull criminal history and give it to the court. They gave me zero, except for one of you that I recall was Cameron Lucero. Where are you, ma'am? Okay, right there. So they did note that you have 3 warrants from City of Phoenix. They did not tell me what those were for. You don't have to tell me. You are not required to tell me. No, it's okay. I'm saying they failed to tell me what they were for. They failed to tell me whether they were pre or post conviction or whether it's failure to pay fines. They didn't give any information other than that. And on those facts, I'm not prepared to decide that you won't show up in the West McDowell Justice Court. So each of you is released on your own recognizance. You're all ordered not to go back to where you were arrested. And I didn't try to define that. I think if you're smart, you won't play games with the police saying, well, I'm a block down. I'm not down there. You know, but I just checked, don't return to the scene of the alleged crime. Don't possess any drugs without a valid prescription. I don't know that any of you has a single prior conviction, including you, Ms. Lucero. I don't know that you have a single prior conviction. So I'm not ordering you not to possess weapons, but I am ordering you not to possess drugs without a valid prescription. Don't drive without a valid license. If you miss this court date, we will be able to tell very easily that you came through IA. I gave you a chance to go deal with it on your own and you didn't go. That's how you're going to end up with a bond on these cases, okay? Does anybody have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Go ahead, ma'am.
So, am I getting released?
In my case, you are. Talk to the officers after court because City of Phoenix has a courtroom right here in this jail. It's right next door. So you may be on a Phoenix calendar. You haven't seen another judge yet today? Okay. So talk to them. You might be on the 4 p.m. calendar in Phoenix. If you are, then you have to go see that judge, and they do in their cases whatever they want to do. I only have the one new case for you, and I'm releasing you in this case. So you have a little question mark after court about what's the status of your warrants. But talk to the officers. They should be able to give you a better idea, okay? All right, anybody else? Go ahead, ma'am.
How much are the charges for the prostitution?
What do you mean, how much?
Like, is there, or the district, like, how
The
much?
penalty?
Yes.
Oh, well, and you can consult with a lawyer, but I can tell you that misdemeanors in Arizona carry a Class 1 misdemeanor carries a maximum sentence of, now, well, you know what? I was going to say 6 months jail. I believe it is 6 months, but ma'am, I can't give you legal advice, and
Okay.
I guess I'm a little tired this morning. It's
Oh, no, you're fine.
because there's a legal distinction that's confusing me, and literally nobody's asked me that. So please look it up.
Okay.
You can literally Google it and just read the statute. I think it's 6 months, but you can't rely on things I tell you. Mean you should be able to, but that's driven off of so many things, ma'am, and there's no, et cetera. So you go to court, okay, just don't miss a court date.
Okay.
And if you don't know what the penalty is, that suggests to me you don't have any convictions. So you shouldn't be afraid to go to court. It's much better to go, and then you don't end up here just for not showing up.
Right.
So just go, and if you don't hire a lawyer, you can meet directly with the prosecutor. Many of you are very young, and it's my hope you don't have convictions, and then I'm giving you new information. You can meet directly with the prosecutor. You'll get police reports. You can represent yourself. It may be confusing, but you can do it. Ms. Lucero.
So does this mean I don't have warrants anymore?
No, I'm not seeing you on any warrants. Different courts, okay? I only have the...
Like, as of right now, like, if I go to my court date next week, like, I don't have any warrants?
Well, you have the Phoenix problem. As long as you go to the court dates in this, it's not my case personally, it's the West McDowell Justice of the Peace case. As long as you go to court, you will not catch a warrant in this case. I don't know a thing about your Phoenix cases. So that judge, can you guys tell? Is she on the floor? Can you tell? They'll try to figure it out. Okay, and then, I'm sorry, were you Miss, I apologize. What's your name, ma'am?
Yeah.
What's your last name? Okay, oh, thank you. Okay, what was your question?
Is the court here?
No, it's West McDowell Justice Court. Everything you need to know is going to be on your paperwork, and that is right downtown at 620 West Jackson. So it's right in downtown Phoenix. But everything's on your paperwork, including the dates. You don't have to memorize anything. The officers are going to hand it to you as you go. Okay? All right. Everybody else? Okay. Good luck. If you accept your left, take your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
You have a great day, ma'am.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, then Mr. Stone. All right. And then after that, Stephen Smith, will you go to the chair?
Troy, just straight behind this podium.
Yeah, take your time, sir. Hi, Mr. Stone. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Troy Lee Stone, 3/12/80.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Stone, you're here on 2 warrants from the Santan Justice Court down in Chandler, where it looks like you have 1 pending case and you're on misdemeanor probation for another case. The pending case is a criminal damage misdemeanor, and the case you're on misdemeanor probation for is a disorderly conduct misdemeanor. So I'm going to give you the same court date in the Santan Justice Court. It's just before Thanksgiving. It's November 25th. It's just a Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be at 9 in the morning. I know you know where this court is because I looked at the history in your case, and I can see that you do go to court. You've missed court before, but then you always come in and you talk to the judge. I've never seen that you were ever arrested before, that you might have gotten some warrants, but you always went and took care of them.
Yes,
I can
ma'am.
see that. So I'm going to release you, okay?
Thank you,
And I
ma'am.
put a note in my order to tell that judge, this is why I released you, because it looks like maybe you're facing some issues and you might have some trouble getting to court. Now, these have been out for you for a while, so I think they've been looking for you since March. You really must go on the 25th. If you can't make it, the phone number is on your paperwork. I always tell people, call before the warrant goes out. It's my understanding they will work with people if you call before the warrant, okay? So if you have trouble getting there on the 25th, just call and ask for a new court date, okay? And the judge will decide what they want to do. But everything's on your paperwork. In the pending case, don't have any, victim contact, don't go to the scene of the crime, whatever you've been ordered to do. Yeah, same thing in your older case, the probation case, just keep, comply with your terms and conditions. I can see that you've met with Judge, is it Johnson? I forgot his name. Sheriff Johnson? You've met many times with him. Just go, okay? Just don't fail to show up. That's when you're going to end up back here and probably get a bond, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I got epilepsy really bad.
I'm sorry.
And my sciatic nerve is killing me.
Oh.
And I haven't had my medication, and I'm afraid I'm going to have a seizure
Oh, my
here.
goodness.
I don't want to have a seizure.
Okay, do me a favor and talk to the DOs after court. Please make sure medical sees him. There's some community resources. Do you have any kind of case manager, any kind of mental health case manager or anything like that?
I got a neurologist.
Okay. I was just hoping to connect you with somebody who can give you a ride when you get out, because...
Oh, that's my mother. I've been
Good.
trying to call her, but I can't get a hold of her.
Well, keep trying from release, okay, because we are pretty far from Chandler. Do you live in Chandler?
No, ma'am, I live in Mesa.
Oh, okay. Well, pretty far from Mesa, too. All righty. Well, there's phones at release, and hopefully medical can make... I don't know, like, we can try to make sure we don't just... show you out the door, and we're in the middle of town, but also kind of in the middle of nowhere. So, all right, well, good luck, sir. Let me just get you out of here. So
He's got me crying.
Okay, well, please, yeah, we do not want you to have a seizure before you manage to get out the door.
Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I truly apologize.
I'm not mad, Mr. Stone. I just want you to go to court, okay? And you do always eventually go to court. That's why I'm releasing you, okay? All right, so if you step to your left to get your paperwork, we'll get you out of here so hopefully somebody can see you and see if you need some stabilization meds before you go, okay? All right, let me get you out of here. Good luck, sir.
God bless you, Your Honor.
So you take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Smith. Do I have a... No, I got an extra person in there. I need Mr. Stephen Smith?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, take your time, sir.
Okay, I'm ready. Just right behind you.
Hi,
Hello.
can I have your full name and date of birth?
Stephen Owen Smith, May 2nd, 76.
Okay, thanks. Mr. Smith, you are here on a warrant from another state, and that is from Texas, because it's the Nueces County Sheriff's Office in Corpus Christi.
Yes.
This warrant was issued on, sorry, it's hard to spot, August 5th of 2024,
Okay.
and it is a probation warrant, and it says, among other things, you may be on probation for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So it's a probation warrant. As I noted to an earlier gentleman, I don't know if you heard that, it was a long time ago, you have extradition rights in Arizona. Those include the right to have an extradition hearing within 90 days after today.
Mm-hmm.
As part of that whole extradition process, you have the right to insist that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of each state
Right.
before you can be taken back to Texas without your consent. And you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense to represent you in the extradition case.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you don't have the right to bail, though, because under Arizona law, if you've already been convicted, so it's parole or probation, I may not give you bond. Legally, I cannot give you bond. So no matter whether you decide to agree to go back or you want to keep your extradition rights, I have to hold you bond, no bond either way, and it's important that you know that. So you have a choice today and literally at every court hearing in the extradition case, because you don't have to agree to go back. Agreeing to go back is called waiving extradition. Maybe you've heard of that. So if you want to just say, okay, I agree, I'll go back to Texas. That's called waiving extradition, because you'll be waiving the rights I just told you and saying, okay, Texas, come get me. That's called waiving. If you wanted to do that, I can take your waiver. I have to ask you some formal questions to make sure you understand the rights you have before I ask if you want to give them up. But you never have to waive. It doesn't have to be today. You just need to be in front of a judge in order to be able to do it. And your next opportunity will be November 17th if you didn't want to waive today. If you want to waive, that'll start a 30-day clock against Texas, assuming you have no Arizona charges or holds. So I'm assuming that. I don't see any, but I don't know everything that could be out there waiting to find you. So if you have no Arizona criminal charges or holds, and you waive today, Texas's clock will start tomorrow, and they'll have 30 calendar days to come and get you. You get held no bond the entire time. You do not go back to court. You just literally sit and watch the calendar and see if they come and get you. If they don't, you get released. But the warrant stays active in the national system, and you can be rearrested on the identical Texas warrant, because I cannot quash a Texas warrant. Only Texas can. So if you don't do anything about it in Texas, you're eventually going to be arrested on the same warrant. That's if you waive and they don't come and get you after 30 days. Now, if you keep your rights, either because you never want to give them up or you just don't want to decide today, then what I'm going to do is send you to extradition court, give you a court date of November 17th at 1:30 in the afternoon, which is 11 days from now. You'll be back in front of the extradition judge. It will not be your extradition hearing. It's just the first of a couple of hearings they have before your extradition hearing happens, because they get 90 days to get you that extradition hearing. But I have to hold you no bond the whole time as well. But you would keep your rights, and you'd be back in court November 17th.
So I'm going to jail
90
either way.
What's that?
I'm going to be incarcerated anyway?
Yes, and
Okay.
that's why it's important for you to understand that by law, I cannot give you a bond.
So
No
if I
matter
say
what.
Texas to come get me, they just mad at them coming to get me?
Sorry, say it again.
Would they come and get me before the 30 days?
Right, they have to. If they don't, you're entitled to be released. But I always warn people, because I have seen it happen. If that happens to you and you go, woo, I got released, they didn't come get me, and you do nothing to take care of your Texas warrant, you don't call your probation officer, you do zero, you're pretty much guaranteeing you will ultimately be rearrested on the same warrant.
Of course. I would like
I'd just like people to know that.
I would like to go and take care of the problem. I would like to go back to Texas.
Okay, then let me ask you.
I mean, if I'm going to sit here for 30 days, I'd rather them just come get me right now if they would.
And I can't tell you what to do or tell you I can't give you legal advice. I can just try to describe the choice, but I'll tell you that.
Is that the wrong choice to make?
No. What I'm saying is many people in your situation make that choice, because once you know you're stuck in either way, that simplifies the choice for a lot of people, but
Right.
It's always your choice. You have an absolute right to the extradition proceeding, and nobody can.
I can't say
that.
extradite me right now. I mean, I can't.
No, you can't hurry it up. Like, come next week. Nope.
Okay.
They get 30 days.
Right.
Or you don't give up your rights and you keep all of them, but in which case they will get a total of 90 days to actually produce that governor's warrant and put on the hearing. I think that's why they get 90 days, because it can take a while to get a warrant live signed by two sitting governors.
I'm sorry. If I give up my rights and could it still take 90 days before I leave?
No. They're on 30 and they can't extend it.
Okay, and if they don't, then I get out.
You do get out.
Okay.
And then you should definitely call your probation officer in Texas.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, so I can't tell you what to do.
Okay. What about medical? Right now, I have a serious addiction, and I'm afraid I'm going to go through a really bad withdrawals in here. And
That may be true, sir, and I'm sorry if that's so, and you're not alone in that. But yeah, there's nothing. I mean, you'll be assessed by medical, of course.
Right.
Like if you have a medical issue from that, medical will assess you, and
Right.
then they'll take whatever.
Otherwise, it's just okay.
A lot of people end up going through withdrawal in custody.
Yeah. Okay.
So do you know what you want to do today? I got a 30-day option for you if you want to waive, or you'll just be on the 90-day clock, and I'll send you to court on the 17th.
And that court date, what happens?
That is your first hearing in extradition court, so they're probably going to tell you your rights, and the extradition judge is going to go over some advisements and information for the group of people there. It's just once a week, extradition court, so she probably does a lot of informational things. There's a public defender generally assigned to that court who you could chat with, and well, maybe not chat, it depends on how many people on the calendar. She can give you legal advice.
Yes.
But she's not personally assigned to your case unless the extradition judge chooses to do it.
Me knowing my case, knowing what's going on, I probably best just go home.
Oh, Bob, and again, I cannot make the decision for you because you have rights, and I have to ask you a bunch of formal questions about giving them up, and you have to give them up voluntarily. It's just totally optional, sir. There's no penalty for not waiving.
Well, I just don't really know what to do. I'm not really sure.
Well, if you can't decide today, then you can keep your rights and go to court on the 17th. If you change your mind and you want to,
will I get a court-appointed attorney?
No, not automatically. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Because extradition is a civil court proceeding.
Yeah.
It's not criminal. You don't fight the probation violation here. You have to fight that in Texas.
Right.
Texas is where you have a constitutional right to a lawyer. This is a civil court case.
It's
You
just
don't have
back
but
to
because we have resources, there's been a public defender generally assigned to extradition court for many, many years.
Right.
She can give you legal advice, but she's not personally assigned to your case unless the extradition judge agrees to do it.
Right.
And you can ask the extradition judge. I do not know under what circumstances she does or does not appoint the public defender because it's entirely discretionary for her.
Right. I'll let Texas just come get me.
Does that mean you want to waive?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you the questions because I do have to make a record that you understand the rights you have, and then I will ask if you want to give them up. It's kind of like a change of plea, but no. So that's why I use the script so I don't mess it up. Did you read the waiver of extradition paperwork we gave you? That's the card.
Yes.
Okay, do you understand that you do not have to sign a waiver of extradition? Do you understand that? You don't have to do this. Do you understand that?
Right.
I need a yes or no.
If I don't do it, I still stay here, though. I don't get that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, do you understand that the court's not making you waive extradition? And
Right.
nobody,
You're just holding me in case Texas comes against me.
the court has to hold you either way,
Yeah.
because of the law. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, what I want to make clear is, do you understand that this is optional? Waiving extradition is optional. Do you understand that?
Should I not waive my extradition?
No, I'm not trying to suggest anything. I need to make a clear record that you understand, like, you know, like the right to remain silent? That's a clear right, right? And if I said, do you know you have the right to remain silent? What's your answer? Do you know you have that right? Do you have to talk to the cops?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so you know that you have the right to remain silent, right? You
Oh,
know,
yes, you do, yes.
So all I needed to establish is, do you understand that you have the right to have an extradition hearing and nobody can make you give it up? Do you understand that? You can
Okay,
choose
yeah.
to
If I didn't want to go back because I thought it
Right,
was wrong or something like
right.
that. Got you.
I just-
I'm just going to keep fighting this until it's over. So I want to waive my rights and go to Texas.
Okay,
So I'll answer your question. Yes.
okay, let me ask you again. Okay, so that got a little muddled.
I understand.
Do you understand?
Yes.
That you do not have to sign a waiver of extradition?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you understand that you have the right to have an extradition hearing here in Arizona if you want one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you understand that you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense for the extradition proceedings?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you understand that you have the right to insist that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you are formally returned to Texas?
See that? Can you explain that a little better?
Okay. One of the parts of the extradition process is that there's a federal law that 46 states are co-signed on, including Arizona and Texas. And that formal set of laws says no person can be taken out of one state jurisdiction into another one without a formal process, unless they agree.
Okay, so both
you can agree. You can also go, sure, I'll go back. But if you don't agree, then they have to do the full formal process. And the full formal process involves, no kidding, a formal request for you signed by the Texas governor. What's his name? Abbott?
Yeah.
The sitting governor of Texas has to live sign a warrant that says, give us Stephen Smith. That goes all the way to the Arizona governor, and then at this, the Arizona governor gets a packet and looks at it and says, Arizona law enforcement, deliver Stephen Smith to Texas.
Okay.
And Katie Hobbs has to live sign a warrant, which is why it takes like 90 days.
Wow.
It's extremely formal. And so that's the extradition process. That is the big thing that needs to happen in an extradition case.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So with that, like, does that still happen? Or
Yeah, you're saying like, does that exist?
if I waive my rights, they don't do all
Right.
that.
No, right. If you
Hey,
waive the
come get
rights,
'em.
they don't bother, because you
And
said,
then
I
if
don't
30
care.
days go by, they don't come get me.
That's
Hey.
what I'm trying to establish is, do you know that one of the things you're giving up if you waive today are those governor's warrants? Nobody will have to get a governor's warrant if you give up the right to it. So I'm trying to make sure you understand you have the right to just sit back and say, get that warrant, I'm not doing anything. You have the right to sit back and make them do it. They get up to 90 days to do it, though. So, but you have that right. I just want to make sure you
So
know
they may
you
not
have
do
it.
it. And it might, so either you say, come get me, and if they don't do it in 30 days, then I
Right.
fight it, and I got 90 days.
And if they don't get a governor's warrant, no. You get released after 30. If you don't waive, and they're working on the governor's warrant, and they don't get it within 90 days, you get released, because they can't extend past 90 days.
Okay, but I have 90 days instead of 30 days.
Yeah, because
Right.
they get 90 to get the governor's
Right.
warrant. Yeah.
But being released without,
Is it too confusing? I
it
understand.
kind of is, because I want to say, let me just wait, let Texas come get me, because, and then if they don't get me in 30 days, I'm back out on the street going, well, shit, if I get arrested, I'm going to go back again, until they come get me again.
I know, and that's
But
why
then if I fight it, I'm saying, hey, come get me in 90 days, but if you don't come get me, then I get it out, and then I get arrested again, I get 90 more days, it's like, it's kind of, then if you know what I mean, it's the same.
sounds like you do understand what could happen. So, I mean, all I can do is just give you a chance to waive, you just don't have to,
Right.
it's not.
But am I right about that, kind of in the same process?
People can circle through this, you are right about that, I have seen people.
I'm not trying to get
Circle,
out of it, right?
sort of like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So, but it's up to you, nobody can, make that decision for you, because it's like giving up your right to a trial, nobody can make you do
Well, I
that.
know, if I get out here in 30 days, my brother and I are here working, if the job's over and he's gone, I'm by myself, I'm on the street, homeless, and it's like, what am I gonna do, like,
All right, well.
I mean, I don't really know if I'll give my rights up, if that's a bad thing or not, if the lawyer would tell me that was a bad thing or not, but, if I'm trying to get my.
I'm afraid I can't, like I said, I can't give you legal advice, I can't tell you what to decide.
Wow, that's tough.
I'm sorry, I know it's hard. I've got a couple of house calls that I could do if you want to think about it it'll probably take max 10 minutes to get out there and get back. You could take the card and go sit out in General Pop and read the card and think about it. That's about the only,
Can I do that?
I'll give you, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's have you go out and.
Okay.
And can you have a card out in G-Pop? Is he okay?
Okay.
All right, they're gonna give you a card, I'll do my other.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. All right, so officers have got Malik Richardson and Ronald Barker not physically present in court. Is that because they've been isolated by the sheriff's office as a potential risk of danger to themselves or others? Officer?
Yes.
Sorry, I have Malik Richardson and Ronald Barker listed as house calls, not physically present. Is that because they have been isolated by the sheriff's office as a potential risk of danger to themselves or others?
Well, 29 was disruptive and 30 was highly intoxicated.
Okay, thank you. Then I will go conduct those initial appearances in person, in-house, immediately following this recording. And I will advise Malik Richardson, born 3/28/75, that he got arrested on a new case. It is aggravated assault as a class 4 felony. There is probable cause for it. I am appointing a lawyer for him, setting a status conference November 13 at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing November 17 at 8:30. Those will be in the downtown Superior Court. Based on what's been alleged against him, the court is inclined to set bail in the amount of $10,000 secured with written conditions that include no victim contact, no witness contact, no weapons or drugs, no alcohol. And if he has a common residence with the alleged victim, which is unclear whether he does, but he'll have to find a new one and can do a civil standby to collect belongings. Mr. Ronald Barker, I have not had a chance to review. Hold on. All right, Mr. Barker, born 10/28/68, was arrested on a new case, and then a probation hold came with it. In the new case, he was arrested for theft as a class 4 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer for him. His next court date will be November 13th at 8:30 in the morning for a status conference, and his preliminary hearing will be November 17th at 8:30, assuming this goes as planned, and those will be in the downtown Superior Court with the address on the paperwork. He's also on probation for a class 6 felony, and the probation department has notified the court they will be filing a petition to revoke his probation based on the allegation of the new crime. So I let him know he'll have a lawyer in that case as well, and he'll get a petition to revoke at his next court date, which is also going to be November 13th at 8:30 in the morning for a revocation or any possible disposition hearing. And the court's current inclination is to set bail in each of Mr. Barker's cases at $1,000 secured for $2,000 total, with written conditions that I will go over with him that include no contact with the alleged victims, no returning to the scene of the alleged crimes in the new case, and calling his PO within 72 hours. If anything changes after I conduct these initial appearances in-house, my final order will reflect the court's ultimate decision in each of these two cases. The court will not be updating this recording. And with that, we are going to stand in recess until 2 p.m. this afternoon. Oh, I'm going to go back on. No, I don't take out the recorder. I forgot. We still have Mr. Smith. We can't go into recess. So, we're going to be in recess until we reconvene to talk to Mr. Smith. Don't let me forget, officer. Don't let me. Or are you handing off? There's a guy left on this calendar named Smith and FOJ. I just want to, help me remember. We got to, yeah, we got to come in and finish Smith. Yeah, not right now. What I'm saying is I'll go see the house calls. Thank you. Okay. All right, then we're just going to take a brief recess while I go do those house calls, and then we'll finish up with Mr. Smith. All right. I would tell Mark, I work really hard to gain some weight, and I work harder than I probably should, but also, guys, I can't keep totally weight. I can't. So, yeah. Okay, all right, we're back on the record in Mr. Stephen Smith's case. For anybody listening to this recording, I did have a long discussion with Mr. Smith about 10 minutes ago on this recording. So, Mr. Smith, did you have an opportunity to make a decision on whether you wanted to waive extradition or not?
I wanted to waive extradition, which means that in 30 days, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, that's where I want to go.
All right, I'm going to start from the top on the waiver thing because
Okay.
If anybody ever wanted to transcribe this, I'd like to show that, you had a moment to reflect and you understand what you're doing. Okay. So, did you read the waiver of extradition?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand that you do not have to sign this waiver of extradition?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to have an extradition hearing here in Arizona?
Yes.
And do you understand that you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense for the extradition proceedings?
Yes.
All right. And do you understand that you have the right to demand that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you are formally returned to Texas?
Yes.
All right. And do you understand that if you give up those rights, there will be no extradition hearing?
Yes.
All right. Then, understanding all those rights, do you want to give them up and sign the paperwork?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign this paperwork?
No.
And have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication in the last 24 hours?
Yes.
All right. Do you think that is affecting your ability to understand what
Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
No.
Then I find that you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily are signing the waiver paperwork and agreeing to go back to Texas.
Yes.
My orders will direct our sheriff's office to notify Texas that you are ready to return. Texas will have 30 calendar days starting tomorrow to come and get you. And I have to say this, if you have any Arizona charges or holds, Texas's 30 days will begin at the conclusion of your Arizona criminal matters.
Okay.
All right. Any questions for me before we finish?
No.
Okay, then you do have to, you'll sign electronically a couple times for my clerk. She's going to give you a copy of what you're signing. It is the extradition waiver.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Then we're going to be in recess on this case. It just did. It should have just gone through. I like to wait to delete the hearing these days because sometimes you delete it and then they change it. Okay. All right, then, okay, now we are going to stand in recess until 2 p.m. this afternoon.
One more time.
Okay. I'm going to slow walk here.